And we're black. And we're back. Crew Pod coming to you live from Zoom, sponsored by Zoom. Their sponsor, you can find their link to any Zoom for business or personal. Click this link. What a weekend. What a time to be alive. I got the Stein. I think we put a little bit of sea salt in that hair, a little bit of curls going on. I like it.
Mountain Dew Code Red and the Stein.
That Code Red got a whole about 4 boxes of pizza next to him. He's living every college kid's dream right now. But you know what the best part? You know what the best part of this time of year is? It's not 8 weeks away from graduation. It's not failing your last class in your last semester. It's not
What
your
is it?
college girlfriend giving you chlamydia on the last party of your college career. It is March Madness.
Oh,
And to be honest, dude,
yes, it is.
it's March, and this has been madness.
It's been insane.
So,
Even on the girls' side has even been fun to watch because I support all sports.
yeah, so men's March Madness has been great. If you last time we had a show, we were going into the Sweet 16. We did a reseeding. I think it's fair to say, looking back on our reseeding, that wasn't great. Had a couple teams that are still in it, but I know my 16 seed and my 15 seed are currently in the Final Four. So the reseeding wasn't great, but also,
I know. I don't even. I forgot about that.
yeah, it's
You
bad. I mean,
literally you have your 1 and your 16 in the Final Four.
yeah, yeah. My 1 seed was UConn after going into the Sweet 16. They were dominating. They're still dominating. My 16 seed was FAU. FAU was about to win it all. So I'm going to recap from the Sweet 16 to how we got to where we got. How did we get here, Tanner Holland? I mean, Coach T. I mean, change your
Who?
name, bud. I
Who?
mean, change your name.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
change your name,
it's
okay?
okay.
Yeah. No, they're going to know you. They're going to know your social
No, they're
security.
not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
442 28 23 28. That's his social security number. Somebody's. So, San Diego State, when we did our seeding, you remember who they beat to get to the Sweet 16? 12 seed Charleston, and then a very impressive 13 seed Furman victory. I wasn't sold on
It
it.
was a firm. It was a firm victory. All right. Firm. Firm.
Wasn't sold on. They play Alabama again. I think almost everybody in existence would have taken Alabama. One of the things we were talking about was what has to happen in March, Tanner? Your good players need to play good. Brandon Miller might as well have been locked up because he was locked up all tournament. He was horrible, dude. He was bad all tournament. And the problem with him, besides the murder, is the fact that he doesn't do anything for you but score. So he couldn't buy a bucket. Yeah, he shot the ball 19 times. 3 for 19. Credit to San Diego State if you want to. I think Brandon Miller would have done that against a 9th grade team. He just couldn't get the ball to go in. He can't. He couldn't. He had a horrible run. We were talking about it on the phone. So San Diego State upsets Alabama, and this might take a while to recap all of them. But then I have Creighton playing Princeton. Princeton was good. Princeton was really good. They weren't just like some kind of. I mean, they
No,
were.
dude, they had athletes, they had shooters, they moved the ball
Yes,
well,
they were a
se-
very good team. They
they
were
played
out
sound
rebounding
defense.
teams. They were out rebounding teams. They were consistently putting the best basketball player on the field on the court with their forward. He was incredible. Like he's really talented. Creighton won that game pretty convincingly. I mean, I never felt like they were going to lose. It was 86-75. So I mean, it was an 11-point game, but they really kind of controlled it. And I know I called you and I said I think Creighton's going to make the championship. They were on fire. So you got Creighton playing San Diego State. Winner going to the Final Four. And you can talk about this a little bit because I know you were pretty frustrated in it. Creighton loses by 1 point in one of the most disgustingly ugly games I've ever watched in my life. Creighton went ice cold, but they still should have won the game. Talk a little bit about their coach, man.
Yeah, like I don't know what he's doing there. Like he tried to he called a foul. He told them to foul at the end of the game.
Yeah.
When you would have gotten you would have had last possession if you didn't foul him. So now when you foul him,
Tie game.
it give in a tie game, you give the opposing team the rest of the clock.
Yep.
And so to follow that, they get to the free throw line after fouling. Then he calls a timeout.
Yeah.
He uses it. It was a pointless timeout to me, and I think he could have used it in a better situation. But the biggest thing to me was the decision to foul and get that last foul. It wasn't needed. Like you're gonna get the ball back. If he makes it, you get the ball back, call timeout. Yeah, you can't advance it, but I mean you still get a timeout. You can plan the next play. I don't know. Just didn't make any sense to me. I think the coaching could have been a lot better.
Yeah. I think he really dropped the ball there. I think if he could go back, he would change some things. As bad as they played, they still could have won the game. I thought they would win the game with about 36 seconds to go. I didn't even like the last minute or last second, 1.8 seconds. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of good plays you can draw up full court, but
he just threw it. He said, "I have a strong arm," and just launched it.
I just don't know what his guy's going to do with the ball there, even if he
No,
somehow catches it. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do some kind of like banana cut, get him on the run. You might get one dribble out, and then you're shooting a 38 footer.
shooting a runner. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like those odds a little better than I like whatever they came up with. So San Diego State goes to the Final Four on their side of the bracket, and neither one of us believed in San Diego State at all.
Nope.
I did like the fact that they had a lot of seniors. They're just not. They're just solid. That's it. They're really not great. They're winning ugly. They're keeping it ugly, but they're winning. And here they are. They're in the Final Four, and I think a lot of people are going to take them to go to the finals. I mean, because they are really good on defense. I will give them credit for that. So let's shift to the other side of the bracket, where Houston, who was incredible all year, but actually only played 2 top 25 teams with 1-1. They play Miami. So I think in our bracket we did have Houston winning. A lot of my brackets I had Miami being pretty good. I just didn't know how good they really were. Underestimated them. Miami obliterated. And
Good guard play.
that kind of kept the trend of Miami obliterating Indiana, who was very good, obliterating Houston, wasn't even as close as the score suggests. And then they go to the Elite Eight against Texas in what was one of the most electric games we've had, 88-81. Finally, Tanner, we had an offensive game. We had two teams play well on offense, probably the first time in the tournament. We were talking about how it's just been ugly. Every game's been ugly, you know.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch through and through. I mean, even Isaiah Wong didn't do much at all in the first half, but he came alive late in the second, and I think that's what got them over the hump. That's who I'm excited to watch in the Final Four. Those two guards.
Yeah, and they're a very aggressive team. They're very fast, very athletic, very aggressive. They shot 32 free throws. They went 28 for 32. They didn't really shoot the three. They went 2 for 8. They didn't really shoot the three that much. But both teams shot the ball really well. Texas shot it really well from 3. Just a really good. It was probably the best overall offensive game from both teams. Maybe the best that we've seen. But Miami goes to the Final Four. Could you have guessed this? This doesn't seem right, but how good Miami's been in other sports. Miami's first time in the Final Four, program history.
I know. That's insane.
So pretty impressive. And Texas getting to that point, I was pretty confident in them against Xavier. They hammered Xavier. Next year, guys, when Xavier makes the tournament, Sweet 16 is as far as you should push them. Sean Miller is incapable of winning very many games. in the tournament. So that side, we have Texas had a good run, Elite Eight. I'm glad they lost personally.
Yeah.
Going down here, just the biggest surprise in the world, dude. We didn't believe in FAU. We
I
didn't.
know.
You did call me. We talked, and you said supposedly, as you know, when Memphis was playing FAU, you said supposedly FAU is really freaking good. That's what you said, and I was like, yeah, they've won 30 some odd games. I think they were like 31-3 or something. But like, yeah, I just don't think they're good enough. And I saw they're like the third shortest team, you know, in the in in college Division One. So they beat Memphis. They get Fair Dickinson and Bilbo Baggins, and they win that one. Then they go to Tennessee, and this is where I thought the fairy tale would end. I was really thinking Tennessee was turning a corner here.
Yeah.
Tennessee beats Louisiana, who had a really good team. They beat Duke, who looked incredible in the first round. They hammered Duke. Tennessee couldn't score. Couldn't score. I mean, at
Yeah.
all. Like, it was embarrassing. So FAU plays Kansas State. Now, Kansas State, in particular, Marquise Noel on the most incredible run. I wanted them to go further just because of the run he was on. Who do you think this run reminds you of? I mean, he had a 20-19 game. He had 30-point game. He like had incredible games. Like, can you think of a player that went on a run like this? It was that electric. I mean, he's 5'8".
Is there someone you have in mind?
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I have Steph Curry. It kind of felt like that, man. It felt like Steph Curry. It doesn't really feel like Kimba because Kimba was good, but he wasn't like that was a good UConn team. I mean, he was
Yeah.
their best player and he was hitting big shots, but like maybe Trey Burke with Michigan when he took them to the finals. But just a crazy run. And I really liked Michigan State. And that Kansas Michigan State game that went into overtime, that's one of the best performances by a single
He
player.
had 19 assists or something like that?
Yeah, he had I think he had either 20 and 19 or 18 and 19. He had 19 assists, 20 points, 20 and 19 game. I mean, one of the best
Insane.
games of any individual player in history. And he had 5 steals. It just really put the team on his back. And I thought Michigan State was pretty good, man. And so after this win, this is another team like Creighton. I was like, Kansas State is about to go to the finals.
Yeah.
They're about to go all the way. They get FAU with the chance to go to the Final Four and play San Diego State. FAU beats them. And Marquise Noel played good. He had 30 in that game. Played great. FAU just keeps finding this
Finding ways to win.
something like they just keep pulling it out. Like, I really like their John L. Davis. He just has to me, he has kind of like an NBA style game. I think he might be a prospect. He's a sophomore. I don't think he'll go to the draft this year. He needs to develop a little bit, but like, it's just like I've noticed that he's kind of the guy that either just starts getting very aggressive going to the hoop or knocking down a couple shots. And it's like they just get real confident. They have a good coach. They're really athletic. I was very surprised by that. FAU, Final Four. The first time they've won a tournament game was this year. First tournament win. They go all the way to the Final Four. They're playing San Diego State. What are their odds, Tanner? How do you like them in that game?
Dude, I don't know, because you can say the same thing about San Diego State that we were just saying about FAU. They keep finding ways to win. San Diego State can't score, but somehow keeping everyone else from scoring. They beat Alabama. Alabama had the best offense in the country.
They can't score, but somehow they keep outscoring people.
I don't know. I mean, it's maybe the athleticism of FAU gets past them, but at the same time, it's those 7 seniors kind of just gluing each other together.
Yeah, one of the things that is kind of like unsung that I was looking at before we got on this call is FAU is not very big. They don't play very big. They have a center named Golden, who is more of a rotational guy. He plays about 20 minutes a game in the regular season. They've thrown him in the starting lineup. He's 7'1". He's been very good for them. Rebounding, shot blocking, even offensively. He moves well. I don't know why he didn't get more playing time during the year. He's played a lot in the tournament. He's become a starter, become a 30-minute plus guy. I think it's going to be a good game. I actually think that San Diego State FAU is going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
It may be 58-55, but it'll be a good game. Kansas State magical run-ins. Michigan State, I like them, their run-ins. And to wrap this up, not much to be said. UConn,
Unbelievable.
if
I
you
mean,
wanted to make some money and you had $1,000 in your pocket right now, I'd probably put it on UConn to win it all. They won by, let's just look at it here. They won by
beat the ever living
16 in the first round, 25 in the second round, 23 in the third round, and quick math, 28. Bro, no one's gotten close.
No. That's insane.
No one's gotten close. This is one of the most dominant runs. We had Gonzaga in our bracket, Timmy. They were just kind of skating by. I do think in their Sweet 16 game against UCLA was the best game of the tournament so far.
Oh my God.
Just
Unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. I mean,
incredible all-time performance from Timmy.
I know, but thing is, he had 30. He was, I think he finished like 35.
Yeah.
And it came like, I mean, they were up 10. I think everyone thought the game was over. Like there was not very much time left. And I had gone to the bathroom, I come back, and it's like a 6-point game.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, they take the lead because Timmy starts missing free throws.
Yeah.
They start fouling Timmy, missing free throws. UCLA starts hitting shots. Next thing you know, they're neck and neck. And then UCLA hits that shot to take the lead. At that point, I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And then Gonzaga runs. Did that play look familiar to you?
Villanova. It's Chris
Villanova play.
Yeah.
The same play.
Yeah. It's
That was insane. That was the best game of the tournament.
it was the best game. And I mean, Timmy has 36, 13, and 4. Just an all-time performance. I mean, you know, to be honest, I know Gonzaga, I know Timmy like wanted it to end different, but like he went out. Like I mean, I know they got hammered by UConn, but it seemed like they just spent all their gas. I mean, it was just everything was that UCLA game that might as well have been their championship.
UConn was resting their starters 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, it was an absolute murder. So this is what it looks like. It looks like UConn, Miami, San Diego State, FAU. So UConn, Miami is not a stretch. Like people could have maybe said on that side of the bracket. Probably not a lot of brackets had that Final Four, but both teams are very good. Miami made a really good run last year, but San Diego State, FAU on the other side. One of those teams is going to go to the championship. That's incredible. Good for them. Good for their programs. Tell me what's your ideal outcome here?
Oh, UConn just thrashes everyone by 20+ points all the way to the championship and just rubs their nuts all over everyone.
That's what you think.
No, I'd like to I really don't know how close the UConn Miami game is going to be, but I mean the San Diego State Florida Atlanta game I think is going to be good. I'm going to take it San Diego State. Taking San Diego State to go to the finals, and then UConn. I think UConn wins by 10+. Sucks, but UConn wins by 10+, and then gets to the finals. And I think San Diego State finds a way to stop them. But UConn UConn wins at the end. I think they win. I think they win decide like it's pretty obvious like decisively, but decidingly.
This is tough. I'm gonna tell you what I want it to be. I want it to be FAU versus Miami. That's what I want. Tits out in Miami, party everywhere in the world. That's the final we need. I do think FAU will win. I just think they have better basketball. I think they have guys who can go make a shot. And not that San Diego State hasn't played those teams already and shut them down. I just think I like FAU. It's very tough because San Diego State is 100% probably not getting blown out by FAU, and they have 7 rotational seniors. It's just hard. I mean, at this point against FAU, it's hard to see them making enough mistakes for FAU to beat them. But I do like FAU. I think they got more shot makers. Then I think UConn will beat Miami, and I think UConn will beat FAU probably badly. Probably,
Yeah. I
so
think by the way, I
UConn.
meant convincingly. I don't know why I said decisively, but can't get words out sometimes. Oklahoma education. Um I think if it's UConn, Florida Atlantic, UConn beats the shit out of them. If it's UConn, San Diego State slows them down.
Yeah, UConn is also very good on defense because their offense is so good. I mean, they held Gonzaga, who was averaging 80 plus points a game in the tournament. They held them to 54. They held St. Mary's to 55. They're very good on defense. So I think if San Diego State plays UConn, I think San Diego State scores 48 points.
Here's my take.
I
Here's
think
my
it's
take.
68 to 48.
Yeah, could be. But here's my final. Here's what it's gonna be. San Diego State is going to beat Florida Atlantic. UConn is going to beat Miami. If San Diego State holds UConn under 65 points, they will win the game.
Pretty bold. UConn's pretty. I mean,
They
yeah,
have to hold them to under 65.
yeah. They'll definitely have a lot better chance. UConn's pretty good on defense. So if San Diego State holds them to under 65, I still don't know if San Diego scores enough. But do you think San Diego State beats Miami? I think
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Isaiah Wong, as good as he is, he's not like overly efficient. Shoots 38% from the field. I think San Diego State makes it tough on them. They don't shoot the ball well. Six.
Yeah, the reason I like Isaiah Wong so much is because like when he's on, like he's a difference maker.
He's a
Not
good
just
player.
like
Yeah.
not I'm saying just him being on the floor, like not even
Yeah.
so much him just hitting shots. It's
Yeah.
he can get to the rim and he can find the open guy. Like
He's
he's
also
fun to watch. I
he's
love
also
watching him.
he's also a really underrated defender.
Yeah.
He's very long. He's a very long athlete. Um, it's
Tall
not.
and handsome,
He's just good looking. ACC Player of the Year.
pretty thick.
Yeah, most likely to succeed in his class.
Has probably big feet.
Big hands. Girthy attitude.
Fingers.
Yeah. Just
Nice ass.
big old bubble butt on him. Just dragging that.
Oh, just a UPS package.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got your pizza, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Dude,
basketball player. Good basketball player though.
yeah, that's what we're trying to say is he's a good ball player. Okay, he's a good ball player. Okay,
Just
so
kind of
what?
handsome,
So what? He's got
tall.
dreamy eyes. So what? You know,
So what I want to play with his beads and his hair. There's no
he's a good ball player. Okay.
he's really he deserved what he had.
Yeah.
Um
Crazy though. I mean, not like my ideal Final Four, but it's crazy. Highest seed is a 4 seed. Pretty crazy.
but that's
But
why we love it.
hey, that's why they say it's not March predictability. It's March
Unpredictable madness.
madness.
March
Yeah,
Madness.
March madness.
But you know what the
But
people want?
give them what they want. In lieu of March unpredictability, I think we should draft. I think first, Tanner, Coach T, I think we should Keep it 99.
Keep it real. Oh,
Keep it 99.
keep it 99. I
Let's
agree.
let's keep it madness. Okay. And let's draft what we think is the best starting five college basketball players, strictly college basketball players of all time. So 3 forwards, 2 guards. Okay.
Who gets first pick?
Are we picking any position? Or are we picking like forwards first, then guards, or
Yeah. You're just whoever you want to take. If you want to take a guard first, you just gotta finish with 2 back court, 3 front court.
all right, I'll go first, then you'll take 2 picks, then I'll come back. Lee Alcindor. Lou Alcindor. My bad. Kareem
I know why you picked him. What he averaged like 29 and 16 his last year.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 3-time player of the year, 3-time national champion, the best college basketball player to ever play.
Yep, it's a good pick. Well, with my number 1 pick.
And he's a forward. Mark me down for a forward.
All right, so right here.
Yeah, right there.
All right, well, with my number 1 pick, I'm gonna have to go Larry Legend. Gonna have to go Larry Legend. His last season averaged 28.6, 15 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 2.5 steals.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. Like,
You want to hear something crazy? Also, he takes Indiana State to the finals. Who does he beat in the first round?
Magic.
Virginia Tech.
Shut the fuck up. Does he really?
Who does he beat in the second round? Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
What the
yeah.
hell?
He's just he's a blue blood killer. What can we say?
Yeah.
That sucks because yeah, he was one of my forwards.
Second pick, I gotta go Steph.
Steph, so
Going
you're going
Steph.
guard. Not bad.
I'm for obvious reasons. I don't have to give any stats. I mean, you saw what. I mean, Steph. I wanted Steph to be my first pick, but I mean, I just had to go Larry. Steph is what got me into March Madness. He's what made me fall in love with March Madness.
Well, it's a good pick because he is one of the best players in college basketball. He did go on one of the most historic runs. I really valued how well they did in March Madness. Because there are some good players that just like Jimmer Fredette is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Out of the Sweet 16,
Yeah.
So not a bad pick. I didn't even have him on mine. So you take a guard and a forward. So I'm going to take Carmelo Anthony.
Fuck you.
So I was going to take Buddy. I mean, I was going to take Larry, but you took him. So I take Carmelo. Carmelo plays 1 year, but it is the only championship for Jim Boeheim. And a crazy run where he beats Texas, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma during that run. Big 12 killer, bud. Just a
That's
big
insane.
12 killer.
Blue blood killers.
Yeah, just a blue blood killer. So I'm going to take Carmelo, and then so that's my second forward, and then my guard. I'm surprised he's still here. Michael Jordan.
I know. Honestly, I didn't even write him down. I don't know why. I think I just refused to write him down. I didn't even have him.
He's probably still UNC's best player of all time, and he hits
I
the game
agree.
as a freshman.
I think I only decided not to pick him just because it was Michael Jordan. But yeah.
Someone that I didn't take because you left Michael Jordan for me was Buddy Hield. He was my reserve. Buddy Hield, crazy run. Player of the year, 26 a game. Had 12 30-point games his senior year. Leads a blue blood Oklahoma to the Final Four.
Well, I'm glad you let me continue my picks because
It's your turn.
thanks for explaining my next pick, Buddy Hield.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me a little about him.
It sounds like you covered it all. Thanks, man. It's like you predicted it or something. It's like you cheated. Actually, the first two names I wrote down on my piece of paper was Steph and Buddy Hield.
Well, you sound like a
I'm
basketball
honestly
fan.
surprised that I got Buddy Hield and you didn't.
You sound like you were born in 2001.
I wasn't.
Not bad. I mean, Buddy Hield did have a great career. I'm surprised he didn't put Dwayne Wade. Crazy, crazy run with Marquette.
Well, the other three. Well, we'll talk about the snubs after. But
I don't think Buddy Hield would have been on very many people's list. The reason I mention it because um, I only had him there because I'm an OU fan.
well, I think there's stats and then there's also performance, and Buddy Hield, like he's someone that I actually saw play. He's someone that I could actually, when I think of March Madness, when I think of like the best basketball players I've ever seen in college basketball, Buddy Hield is definitely like on that list because he was electric. Like he was, well,
Yeah.
every time he took a shot, you're like, shit, that's in.
Well, his senior year was incredible. I mean, it was.
And I watched him play in the Elite Eight against Oregon,
Yeah.
beat the ever living shit out of him.
Well, Dwayne Wade's because I almost put Dwayne Wade. His Marquette run. Hope you don't have him on your list.
Yeah, Marquette run was crazy.
He had a triple double in the Elite Eight to send them to the Final Four. Incredible run by him too. So
But
okay,
my next pick, I'll go ahead and take Shaq.
Shaq.
Shaq. His last season averaged 27 and a half, almost 15 rebounds, 5 blocks, and a steal and a half.
Did
He averaged
LSU,
4.5 blocks for his career at LSU.
did they make a deep run? I don't remember.
I honestly, I just no. I think I wrote Shaq down and just went and looked at the stats just to have backup, but I can't remember if they did or not.
Do you have one more player? You can go ahead and take him.
Because you don't think I'm gonna have yours. All right, Christian Laettner.
Damn it.
Was that yours?
I have him as a snub, and I thought I was going to get to use him. I kind of wanted to use him the more we were talking. Good pick.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna take Melo or Anthony Davis, but you took Melo, and I decided I wanted a guy that won 2 championships and has been there 3 times.
Bill Walton, 3-time player of the year, 3-time champ.
I didn't write him down, but I really thought about it.
And then this one, this could go either way. I was actually surprised to see, but I'm going to go Magic. I mean, surprised that you left me Magic as well. Incredible career at Michigan State, won the national championship with Michigan State. Isaiah Thomas, though, I was hoping you would have picked Magic, so I could have went with Isaiah Thomas. Incredible run, dude. Honestly, Isaiah Thomas needs to be talked about a little bit more as one of the best players of all time in college and pros. He took Indiana and won the championship. He's player of the year. Dude, he's a winner. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Was that all your snubs?
Yeah.
So you're starting 5. You went
I went Kareem, Bill Walton, Carmelo, Michael Jordan, and Magic.
Magic.
My top 5 starting 5 college basketball players of all time.
And I went Steph, Buddy, Shaq, Laettner,
Larry.
and Larry. Larry is my favorite one.
Larry's your best one.
Yeah. I think my first pick was gonna be Steph, but snubs. These are some guys I feel like I had to write down just in case. It's like I would have wrote them down anyways, just so I could talk about them. But Kimba, Doug McDermott,
Yeah.
Jimmer, and Oscar, fucking Mr. Triple Double still. Like, I mean, in college he averaged 33, 14, and 7. Insane. And then Anthony Davis, and you got Melo. So
Yeah, you have Chris Webber.
yeah. I almost wrote him down too.
Chris Webber, Shane Battier was really good in college. Won championship. Well, you probably don't remember.
at Duke.
Yeah,
I don't remember it, but
yeah, really good. He won a championship. Then I thought Anthony Davis could have been a snub. He's such a good, just so good at blocking
he was
shots.
so dominant, dude.
Just really defensively. He only averaged like 12, but he was so
Well,
good.
he averaged 14 points, 5 blocks, and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, he was just
It's
incredible.
insane.
Incredible on defense. I had one more here. Obviously Dwayne Wade was a snub. Um, I had Doug McDermott just missing the cut. He just didn't win enough in the tournament. And then I think that's it. Tyler Hansborough was really good.
Yeah.
Maybe the second or third best UNC player of all time.
Yeah.
He could have easily made the list as well, but
Psycho T.
Psycho T, man, he was good. He was good as shit.
You know who was unbelievable in college, but you just cannot put him on any list. Fuck, in my opinion, Ben Simmons.
He doesn't belong on the list at all.
No.
His team won 8 games.
He was good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't know. Also like Derrick Rose was really good. Took Memphis to the championship. He was really good. I mean, he was obviously their best player. John Wall had a really good career. You could have seen it. I kind of surprised you didn't have like John Wall in there.
I thought about it. Once I wrote down 4 guards, I just stopped writing them down.
Yeah. Kimbo was a pretty good one because of his run. Trying to think. There's got to be
Dog,
enough.
do you remember? Yeah, Joel Embiid was hurt, but his 1 year was so bad statistically, like was not that good.
No, it's just crazy potential. He was just like really,
Yeah.
really talented. There's really nobody. I'm trying to think of like recently that won some championships and was really good.
Well, I mean, you have that Villanova team had Jalen Brunson and Michael Bridges or Mikal Bridges
Yeah,
and Josh Hart.
yeah.
That was a fun team. That had some fun players on it. I mean, another exciting player is Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward had a really crazy run as the best player. Only thing that kind of diminishes Gordon Hayward is they went the year after he left. They went back.
I know, and that's obviously why old dude got a job. Like,
yeah, they went right back after him, and that was like the only thing was like, wait, how good is Gordon Hayward? Because we thought this was a lot of Gordon Hayward.
Cat.
Cat was pretty good. Yeah, there's
Mario Chalmers.
Frank Kaminsky.
Frank Kaminsky.
Frank Kaminsky's a pretty big one because he took a lot of runs. He went like Final Four and then
Runs
championship.
everywhere. Just shitting everywhere.
Remember when he shit himself?
Honestly, one that I knew you wouldn't pick him, but I was surprised you didn't just talk about him was Blake Griffin. Dude, he was so fun to watch.
Yeah. I just feel like, I mean, it would have been a different list if I was doing my favorite,
Yeah.
versus who I actually think are the best and would be on people's best starting 5 of all time.
Yogi Ferrell.
Yogi Ferrell. He was really good. Now we're rambling, but I'm gonna keep it at 99. I think my list is a little better. I would be surprised what everyone else thought though.
It's not going to be as good as mine, but I'd be curious to hear.
I think it
It'd
would.
be fun to
And
take an all-time greats college basketball game and just simulate a season.
we should do that. We should do that. Do you know like NCAA college basketball like 09 or whatever is like fucking crazy expensive?
I think I have it. Is that the one with Kevin Love on it?
I think so, yeah.
I have it on PlayStation too.
You can make like $20,000 on that. No, they sell for like $100. If you guys want to support our charity, it's our charity to help make single mothers, not help single mothers, but help make single mothers. You can hit the link right here.
Up there.
That will help, two-parent households split up, and we want to leave those kids with the mothers. And that's what that charity does. So any donations, hit that link. It's a good cause. It's a good cause.
Do your good deed of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good deed of the day.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
All right. Well, next time we talk, the Padres would have opened up the season.
Oh, hey, big news.
Maybe Lamar has a contract signed.
Big news too. You have that prostate exam coming up, right?
Yep. Second time this week.
Yeah. They're gonna kick you out of there.
Cause they loving the crew.